Hi, I'm Michelle Phalen with Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll for USCFootball.com. Coach, you're back in LA, you're at the Win Forever camp. Can you tell me a little bit about the concept behind the name?
Yeah, well, Win Forever for us is kind of the guidelines for our overall approach about maximizing and doing the best you can with what you got. And maximize your potential is something that we've always worked with. And we know that if you want to win forever, you always compete. And so that's kind of how we talk. And today was an opportunity to touch a bunch of people, players, cheerleaders, coaches, and parents, and let them know about our approach and where we're coming from, and then also share just a first-class camp setting by the help of Nike and Spark and all the other sponsors that jumped in today. This was really a first-class day for kids from 5th grade all the way through high school age kids. So we're very proud of the day and had a great time.
The Atkinson brothers were out there competing today. What are your thoughts on them? They're both being recruited by USC.
Well, I guess I can talk about that. They're very good-looking athletes. They got great bloodlines. Dad Georgie was a great player and he's a great guy, and he's overseeing this this whole process. I talked to him some. I know he's very concerned about the kids making the right decision and all that. But two great kids, and I know that they had a very good visit at SC and really liked it.
Now USC was just hit by the NCAA sanctions. What was your initial reaction to the news?
Well, I was shocked by it because I didn't think they could ever conclude to the depths that they did, and it just didn't. I couldn't imagine, and I was at the hearings too, and listened to the conversations and the questioning and all, and I couldn't imagine that they could conclude so harshly. And so there was some issues there. There's some problems, and they had to deal with that directly, and which they did. But to go to the extent and to capture a program for the next 3 or 4 years, I think that is just so far out of line. But I know there's an appeal process, which I would always support, and just support the truth, getting out, and hopefully that'll happen, and it won't be about conjecture and preconceived conclusions and things like that of what a program was. To talk about all other stuff that we did in the community and stuff like it was a bad thing, they obviously didn't understand and they didn't know, and so that's just one indication. Now it was hard for them to be in touch with all the stuff, so it's too bad.
Do you feel like that'll negatively affect your legacy at all at USC?
Well, I don't know. I never really worried about a legacy, and that's not something that's a concern of mine. But I think for certain people, it's going to always taint what they think about the time that we're here, and unfortunately, they get to do whatever they want in that regard. But the players played and the coaches coached like crazy, and we had great times and we did wonderful things, and I'm very, very proud of it. If we could have avoided the issue that came up, we would have. We didn't know, and unfortunately we didn't. But that's when you think about it from that side, I know what the truth is. So I'm disappointed for people who have lost maybe a little bit of a feeling for all of the wonderful times that we shared together, but there's not much I can do about that right now.
Do you feel like USC's appeal is actually going to cut down on the penalties?
I don't know. I think just judging by the harshness of the initial reaction by the committee and all those people, I don't have a whole lot of faith that they're going to change their mind. They're going to stand that they think they're right. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of facts that just don't match up to this. So this was, it is what it is, and the appeal process hopefully will be strong, and more important, I hope the truth comes out, so that people know what happened instead of just, what it looks like happened. And this is an organization that stood so strongly to do the right thing and tried in all ways to do the right thing, and got caught by something way, way outside the program. One person took it down, and that's just unfortunate.
And lastly, as a head coach for you, what has been the biggest challenge going from the college level to the NFL?
Well, it hasn't been as big a challenge as you might think. It's just been getting involved with the draft in the personnel aspect of things. Having a guy like John Snyder to work with as the general manager has just been a blessing. We've had a great time doing this thing together so far. I rely on him enormously and have great faith in him. But really, it's gone well. The draft went well. Free agency has gone fine. We've probably changed 50% of our roster to this point, and we had great off-season work, and we finished our OTA season on a total upswing, and so to this point we've done everything we can do. So it's been a blast, and it's going to be most challenging, but I can't wait for it to get started and look forward to the competition.
So the Seahawks are looking good then?
Well, we'll see. We look good on our field. There's nobody else on that field besides us. So we can play us pretty well. We got to go play the other guys, and we'll find out. Those games will start popping. We play the Niners in the opener, and that'll be a great one for us to get going up at Quest Field, and I can't wait to see that all happen.
Signing out from Pete Carroll's Win Forever camp, I'm Michelle Phalen. Check out USCFootball.com for more.